Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is time for another top 10 with the best LEGO techniques and part usage in my June 2021 mocks. Let's start out with my Spider-Man build. I'm gonna point out two techniques in this build, very simple ones. Let's clear the space a little bit. First is how to cross out to close up some windows with some wooden bar. This is used in many other mocks by many builders and it's very simple. We just need a couple of modified bricks on the side of the window to make the first linear bar, and then just one on one side, and we can tilt down the other tile. If you have some printed tiles with wooden lines, in that case would be even better. Another technique that I use for the first time is how do I make Spider-Man stay in this iconic pose. And here I just remove the two legs from the hips of the minifigure and I connect them on the side, starting from the feet basically. So as you can see, the hole on the feet goes and connect just nice there in between, and is actually quite strong. It's not gonna come off quite easily. These techniques can be used also in other ways. For example, if you want to put a minifigure in some sort of sitting position, like a monk or praying or something like that, you can just lie the two legs on the ground and put the minifigure on top of it. Here I'm gonna try to show you a little bit. Let me bring it up a little bit with my hands so I can show you better on camera. But anyway, these legs part can be used for many different things. Now let's move on to my bedroom mock. Here I'm gonna show you a lot of SNOC technique first, and that's the number 8 in my top 10. So in this mock I use many different kind of SNOC technique. The first one, very simple, is for the desk. So it's just connected sideways on the wall, set of bricks. This is actually also another interesting technique, these two connection here. I will show you one more of these later in this top 10. So basically we have two studs connecting top and bottom. But let's continue talking about this sideways technique. Another one similar to this one is how I build this shelf. So in this case, instead of using bricks, I use plates. So these are plates connected to the wall. Another one that is very simple and straightforward is using modified bricks that are actually the same that were behind in the wall. In this case, we use tiles and jumpers, in this case to create the wardrobe. But that's not all. We have also a couple of more sideways techniques here. One is for that board on the wall, and that's actually used with brackets. So the tile of the brackets is in the wall, and then I connected the jumper straight onto the bracket. And one more is on the side here for this thermostat. This is a masonry brick. We use the back side of it, the linear one, and we connect it sideways to that round plate over there. And of course the window over here is also built sideways, and this is a pretty straightforward technique that we have used before and many builders use all the time. At number 7, this is, I don't know if we have to call it a technique, but this is maybe just being a little bit clever and smart with the pieces that we have. When building this, I didn't have enough 2x2 tiles. So the solution I came up with is to cut it and try to using simple plates and corners to make like if this floor is a little bit broken sideways. It makes the mock looking a little bit better. I don't have to have too much surface to fill with other furniture, and at the same time I save a little bit of parts from my inventory. I'm not gonna talk about this chair today because this is also a very nice build, but I will put a link up here to another chair similar to this that I built in a previous, that I show in a previous top 10, and if you like that, go and check it out. This is quite similar. Let's move on to the micro village. Two techniques that we are gonna point out here. The first one is the mountains. Simple builds there. Some slopes are building straight up, some are built sideways, like so. Different kind and different shape. But the interesting part of this mountain that it has also a different purpose, which is to keep the top layer of the island in place. As you can see, this one can easily move and is just sitting on top of the lower layer. Placing the mountain over there is basically keeping that in space. Now it's slightly moving because I had to steal some of the parts over there on the right side for a different build. But with that part holding there to the field and the mountain on top will keep the layer into place. The other technique that I wanted to show you here is how to achieve these different directions for these layers of the island. So if, as you can see, the top layer is lining up like the bottom one, while the two central ones are a little bit tilted, and you can achieve this in many different ways. This one, for example, the bottom one is connected with a modified brick, with again the mountain helping to guide the position of this sandy part. The second layer, or maybe third, is connecting in those, sitting actually in those two spaces that I created below, with the third one just sitting on top and holding to position between the fields and the mountain on top. This was a pretty interesting build, guys. Go check it out. Let's move to the top 4 for my mini Lego set. Here we have the typewriter that I built not long ago. Here is the technique that I mentioned earlier. So I needed a place where I can connect studs at the bottom and at the top. To do that, you see, then I grab one of these rounded tiles with a pin on top and one round brick, connect to each other, and then I can connect the bottom to the base of the typewriter, and as you can see now it's slightly higher than the tiles on top. That gives me the space to connect this rounded plate, and also since it's connected only with one stud, I can actually rotate the position of this in order to achieve the position that I want for this build. Then for the top 3, we move to the back part of the typewriter, which is this part that I just take out. As you can see here, we have tiles at the back and at the bottom, and a modified plate with that edge, the black one. While on this side we have bracket with tile and slopes. This goes and connects inside there. Is actually not connecting, but it fits quite tight so that it doesn't even fall off. It's quite tight even if it's not a real connection. And at the same time it allows the movement. It allows to move right and left very smoothly, not too easily, and also without too much pressure. On top of that, thanks to that plate, the white slopes, that allow me to have a little bit of angle. So as you can see, it's not going straight up, but it's a little bit tilted back, which is actually the right direction that we are supposed to see in this build. Now it's time to move to the top 2 of this top 10, which will be 2 techniques from my latest Lego Adidas mini set. Let's open it up a little bit so I can show you what are the techniques that I want to show you. Let's remove the side of the shoe and let's go and take a look at those brackets that are below the laces. Here we need to remove a couple more bricks to show you properly. All these builds, of course, you can find the link in the description below if you want to check the tutorial and see how everything is built. As you can see here now, two brackets, two opposite brackets connected to each other with a couple of slopes on top, and this is gonna connect below those plates with the laces on top. So if you see at the bottom there is a normal bracket that gives me that connection to reach the angle, while the next two brackets are connected, one showing studs to the left and one showing studs to the right. So those couple of studs allow me to have the connection for the side part of the shoes. So I just need to add a couple of bricks and plates over there, and then the whole structure, the whole side structure is gonna connect to the side. Sorry guys, here there was a little bit of misunderstanding, but now we get it. So both sides are connected there, a connection that is just two studs but solid enough. Now we can put this back together with the sole and we managed to achieve some very nice angle. The number one technique is instead these stripes that I achieved diagonally, and with modified plates at the bottom I connected those cheese slopes that are basically gonna just sit on top of the sole. Going towards the back of the shoes, same kind of technique, so tiles and slopes going to a different direction. I didn't have the slopes with the diagonal cut at the end, otherwise I think this build would even be looking better than now, but unfortunately I don't have that parts in this color, white and yellow. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. As I said before, you can find the link to all these builds down in the description and you can go and check it out. Thank you again for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe because it will really help the channel.